Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. We're here for another match preview back in the FA Cup. It's the fourth round as Wolves travel to Shrewsbury Town. As you can see, I'm not alone. I am alongside Mr. Harry Mansell. Harry, how's it going, man?
Yeah, hello again. Nice to be on.
I think, Harry, you've been on, was it, 2 previews so far, and we've got a 100% record, so I'm hoping that we can get another win
Yeah,
with you on the preview today.
keep going.
Yeah, so Wolves are going to be taking on Shrewsbury today. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go and check out the opposition preview as well. We spoke to Ollie from the Salopcast. He's a Shrewsbury fan. So, obviously, with Shrewsbury not being in our league, you may focus on the Premier League a little bit more. If you want to know a bit more about Shrewsbury, you could check that out. Obviously, Harry's on a Wolves podcast as well, the 77 Club. You could check that out. Make sure to leave the Twitter and the link to that in the description. But Harry, coming into this game, I mean, we all love a little bit of a cup run. But let's quickly touch on that game against Leicester, the 4-3. I mean, I'm still speechless at times about that game.
Yeah, crazy, mate. In our preview, I think I fancied us to win comfortably, but it wasn't comfortable, was it? I thought it was going to be at the time. And we were 2-0 up at half time. I thought this is easy, and then just crazy second half, wasn't it? It was just mad, and one of the best games I've been to for ages at Molineux.
I mean, in terms of ranking, would you rank that as a better game or more exciting game as that 6-4 against Rotherham?
No, just below that.
Ooh.
That one was mental. Rotherham one. I'd say just below that.
Just below, yeah. But crazy game. Obviously, we're hoping that Wolves can continue and get another win. It's going to be interesting with Wolves obviously playing West Ham in the league on Tuesday, so not a major gap in between fixtures. But I saw a couple of. I mean, how would you do it? Like squad-wise, would you play a full-strength team, or do you reckon Nuno's going to go rotated?
If it was me, I'd play full strength. But obviously, with West Ham in mind, obviously we know Ruddy will come in because it's the cup, and Ruddy will be our cup goalkeeper. But for me, I'd play the strongest possible again. I'd probably bring Doherty in for Johnny, and I'd just keep Vinagre in there. And I'd keep it the same. I'd keep Jimenez and Jota up there. So. Whether he will is a different question because we've had a good break, haven't we, from the Leicester game? But as you say, with the West Ham game in mind, I'm guessing Nuno will change it around a little bit. But if it was me, I'd keep it strong. Don't take it for granted, even though it's Shrewsbury.
Well, I saw a tweet earlier on where I think it was Ryan Leicester, who's a Wolves fan on Twitter, and he actually put that Wolves can still play a rotated team without being disrespectful to Shrewsbury, because you can look at the players that haven't played the last couple of games. You've got Adama, Cavallero, Costa. They could all come in and play as a front three straight away, and that's still very strong for Wolves, and still resting the likes of Jimenez, Jota. If you want to rest Moutinho, you can bring Gibbs White in for Neves to play alongside Dendoncker as well. So with Wolves, there's still so many options, but we can still play a strong team, can't we?
Yeah, that's a great point, to be fair. It's just keeping the momentum going for me.
Of course, yeah.
That's how I'd want to keep it, after the high of Leicester, even though the defensively we weren't the best, in my opinion, but going forward we look good. So just keep the momentum going. And yeah, we can always, if we go a few goals up early, not trying to jinx it, we could always bluff early, having West Ham in mind. But yeah, I wouldn't be devastated, obviously, if Traore and that got a start. So, but just for me, I'd keep it similar to Leicester.
Yeah, I mean, Shrewsbury are going to be up for this. Came from behind to beat Stoke, so of course we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Even if we take a lead, they're always going to be fighting till the end. They're going to be without Dave Edwards. That's been confirmed today. So I put on Twitter as well. I think he was going to be a cert to score at any time against us, wasn't he?
Definitely. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Sam Ricketts ran on.
What's your stance on Dave Edwards, though, Harry? Were you one of these that get really touchy if someone says a bad word about him, or do you think his time came when he moved on?
Yeah, I think his time did come, but I loved him, mate. I really did like him. Obviously, he wasn't the best player in the world. He come up with a few goals over the years with Wolves, and but what I liked about him, no matter what you think of him, he put in 100% a lot. Like, he give the effort, and the first thing a fan says is at least a player can do is put in 100%. And even if he had a stinker, he'd still be running around all game and giving his all. So for me, in my eyes, he's always going to be a legend, and it'd have been nice to see him play against us. But like you say, he'd probably scored, so I'm not too disappointed.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things about players. There are so many players that Wolves fans can bring up that weren't very good, or you watch these TV programs against other clubs and that, and they say a player's not brilliant, but all they want to do, if your team's not brilliant, you still want players to player to put the work in and the work rate. And Dave Edwards always did that, didn't he? He was always up there. But as I say, he's not going to be playing. So Shrewsbury are going to be, I'd imagine they're going to be playing a full-strength team. They're struggling in League One at the moment, though. So for them as fans, I don't think they'd be overly devastated if they get knocked out of the cup. But we've seen it happen where teams have a cup run and it gives them a bit of morale boost, a bit of confidence going into the league. But we've also seen it go the opposite way. I think Wigan went down the year they won the FA Cup, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. But like you say, it's a bit of a distraction for a minute because of the pressures of the leagues trying to stay up. It's a free, like it literally is a free hit for them, isn't it? But they're at home, and I'm sure there'll be a few of their fans that are quietly optimistic. But let's be honest, if we can't comfortably beat Shrewsbury, then I don't know. We've got to beat them, haven't we? But there's always a little doubt in your mind, isn't there? It's the FA Cup. So the FA Cup's weird. Something happens in the players' minds, and lower league teams start playing really well, and teams like us who turn up and expect it to win can sometimes just turn up and be complacent, and then funny things happen. But I think Nuno realises how important the FA Cup is to the fans this year, so I can't see that happening. I can't see us like slacking. I
think out of all our managers of recent years as well, Nuno just strikes me as the one that's probably going to be the least complacent regarding not team selection, because we've seen him play weaker team selections, but he's going to be the one that least puts this doubt in the players' minds ahead of every fixtures. You know, they're going to take every game as the same, and Shrewsbury or Chelsea, I'd assume both players, or you'll be hoping as fans that both players put the same amount of effort in anyway.
Yeah, and he's always saying, isn't he, in his pre-match interviews and things like that, he don't say much, does he? But one thing he always does say is, we just play the same, we always work hard, work as a team, and it's all about the performance. And if it, like you say, if it's Chelsea or it's Shrewsbury, he'll expect a good effort from the players and expect them to be professional and get the job done.
Yeah. So, I mean, we had a quick word about the lineup earlier on, but if you had to pick now, let's say you're in Nuno's mind, give me the starting 11 that you reckon Nuno's going to start on Saturday. I know it's difficult because the amount of players we've got.
So, I think Nuno will start. Obviously, he'll have Ruddy in goal.
Yeah.
I think he will drop Johnny. I think he'll put Doherty in at right wing back with Vinagre left wing back.
Mm-hmm.
I think the back three will be the same. So I think he'll keep Sace in there.
Yeah.
I think he'll have Neves, then Donker, and I think he might play Gibbs-White instead of Moutinho. And then I think he might go Jimenez and Traore up top. That's what I think he'll do. But that's not what I'd do, but that's what I think he might do, if I had to guess.
I'd be very happy with that team. I think that team could easily still get 3 points in a Premier League game, so easily. So we should be getting the win against Shrewsbury. Now, obviously that'll be round 4. There'll be Premier League teams knocked out in round 4 as well, which will take us through to round 5. I mean, this FA Cup lark, Harry, it's getting quite serious past this point, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And only a few years ago we got to what round did we get?
It was the same round 5. We got knocked out.
Yeah. Chelsea. And I think before that it was like 1998 when we got to the semi-final when Bully was still playing. But I've got a really good feeling. I think a lot of Wolves fans have. It's a perfect opportunity for us. And hopefully if we do beat Shrewsbury, we get a favourable draw. But I'll be honest, I don't care who we play. I think if we're up for it, we can beat anybody on our day, as we've proven. So
yeah,
I'll take anyone. And I've really got a really good feeling about this FA Cup. So hopefully,
I agree with you there. We've beaten Chelsea, we've got draws against United, we've got a win against Spurs, we've got draws against Arsenal. At least one of Arsenal or United are going to go out tomorrow as well, so because they're going to be playing up against each other. So straight away, that's one of the big 6 out. We've already knocked Liverpool out, although they rotated, but we still had to beat them. So yeah, I think you're right. This is probably one of the best chances in years that Wolves have had to getting close to Wembley. Semi-finals not out of the picture. That's another Wembley trip, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'd love to. I'd love it. I'd love Wolves to get to like a final or even a semi-final, like you say. It'd be incredible, and just seeing our fans go there. The last big one like that was obviously the playoff final, wasn't it? Back in the day, but it'd be incredible, mate, if we got to a FA Cup final. It'd be mad.
We're putting a bit of pressure on Nuno here, but would you love to see us? I know this is disrespectful to Shrewsbury a little bit, but would you love Nuno to just do a Pep Guardiola Man City and knock 6 or 7 past Shrewsbury?
Yeah, 100%. Through ruthless, got to, ain't you?
Yeah, we've not seen Wolves do that like in a cup for years.
Nah.
I think the last time we maybe did it was when we were in the Premier League for the last time. We beat Doncaster 5-0, I think, in the cup.
Yeah. That's
was like,
pretty good. Apart from that, I can't really think of one where we absolutely trounced someone.
nah, I think Munjangi Beer scored in that game as well. Big,
Oh
big
God.
Jeffrey Munjangi Beer. So let's go with a score prediction then, Harry, to finish off. What you reckon?
I predicted, this is mental, but on the podcast the other day, I predicted 6-0 Wolves. I'm going to stick with that. It's Wolves 6, Shrewsbury 0.
6-0. Um, as much as I'd love to see Wolves keep a clean sheet, I can actually see Shrewsbury nicking one. Just a lapse of concentration, a set piece or something. I reckon Shrewsbury will grab a goal, but I reckon Wolves will knock a few. I'm going to go 3-1 Wolves. Keep it quite reasonable, but Harry, I do like the sound of your prediction. I do. Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How do you reckon Wolves are going to get on? If you believe we're going to win, who do you want to face off in the next round of the FA Cup as well? Best of luck to Shrewsbury as well. It's going to be a great occasion, a sellout crowd there. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out the 77 Club podcast as well in the description down below. And until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekends, and we'll see you all very, very soon.